Metroid in 1986 is the first Metroid game and is also the first in many things. It was revolutionary at the time because it featured the first playable human female character, and it was the pioneer of Metroid genre, in case you didn't know. But boy is the arcade game a product of its era. The game isn't only just hard, it is Nintendo hard, which is a term that is coined for the game being so hard in the arcades that it incentivizes people to keep dropping a coin to keep playing. Pretty much the old day microtransaction, but you can only pay to keep playing. This game isn't designed to eat your coins, but I can almost be damn sure it's designed to make you buy a game manual with the intense difficulty. When you first start the game, for some odd reason, you don't start with full health. You only get a measly 30 health. Your full health at the start is 99. Why do you start with 30 when your max health is 99 at the start of the game? It's like this when you start the game, and it's like this when you die and respawn. And even when you picked up a health tank and you respawn again, you'll still start with 30 health every single time. Why? The enemies are so bloody annoying as well. They hit you for 8 health, while you only get 5 from them, if you're lucky enough to get an item drop. But hey, that's okay. They're only the first level enemy, so surely they can't be that hard to deal with. Oh, they're not hard to deal with for sure, compared to the rest of the enemy in the game. But they're excruciatingly hard to deal with compared to other NES games. The Goomba from Mario only need you to jump on them. The Bokoblin can be struck down by Link from Zelda. The Moblin from Final Fantasy only need you to do basic attack commands. The Meteor will need you to wait a second before striking its weak spot. Metroid's enemy? Zuma is the bug that crawls along the ground. You can't hit these midgets at all, unless you wait for them to climb the wall, which is at the end of the corridors. They are sprinkled everywhere. Their second enemies are Scree, who hang on top of the ceilings. They are slightly easier to deal with because the game lets you shoot upwards. Thank God. Oh wait! There are multiple of them hanging from the ceiling, and they track you as they fall down, but it's not an issue if you just walk away. Good luck with the insane number of Zoomers on the ground that you can't get rid of unless you patiently wait for them to climb a wall. Mind you, this is all just in the first corridor. I haven't even dived into the rest of the game yet. All the enemies in the game, I feel like they're designed to make you rip your hair out, other than the Ripper Bugs, who are more like platforms for you once you obtain the Ice Beam. I don't know why the devs made the enemies so hard to hit in the game. It's so hard to deal with them due to their narrow hurtbox and their amazingly annoying movement pattern. You see, a lot of enemies don't just fly straight to you. They do this wavy movement where you only have a small window of opportunity to attack them. Then there is my mortal nemesis, the Mela. I gave up trying to draw my own map as I go because this guy does this wavy bullcrap too much. It made me rage quit the game momentarily. Mela takes it to a whole new level. He only goes up when he's near you. Other than that, he'll stay low to the ground, so you can't touch him with your beam or missile. To make matters worse, he tends to spawn near areas where 2 gamut pipes are. Gamuts are spawned endlessly as long as you are near the pipe, and they didn't drop anything when you defeat them. So you have gamuts to constantly running into you, and then you have Mela being a huge pain in the ass at the same time. I legit raged from playing this room that I just decided to follow a YouTube guide instead. But surprisingly, while the normal enemies are a huge pain to deal with, the bosses are brain dead easy. There are 3 bosses total in the game, being Ridley, Kraid, and Mother Brain. For Kraid and Ridley, I just turned on the missiles and shoot at them endlessly while eating every attack they throw at me. Truly exciting gameplay. As for Mother Brain, the boss is surprisingly easier than the Zero Mission counterpart. The only annoying thing about Mother Brain is that if you run out of missile, you're kinda screwed. There are no refills, and you can only get through the walls and hurt Mother Brain with missiles. So pray that you have enough missiles by the time you reach Mother Brain, or else you're looking to farm those Giga spawning from pipes for a while. Also, another annoying thing about Mother Brain, I don't know is it just my game, but there was major screen tearing in the game. It lagged to like 5 frames per second or something. I don't know, is that just my experience, or is it in every Metroid game? Who knows. Let's move on to the level layout. It is surprisingly very familiar, even though the graphics are 8-bit style. It feels like I've seen some of the rooms somewhere else before. Surely it can't be because this game was remade later on the Game Boy Advance handheld system in 2004. All jokes aside, the real reason why they all feel so familiar is because some rooms are legit copied and pasted from another room. The game feels so disorienting and easy to get lost in because half of the rooms are straight up the same room as the other rooms, that unless you've been drawing a map as you go, which I did, or you follow a guide, which I also did, you'll more than likely get lost and have zero idea where you are or where you're going. Honestly though, I did have fun drawing my own map as I go, but all of that just went out of the window due to the archaic design of the game, making it frustratingly hard to traverse new areas because the game hard punishes you if you even die once. Remember, you start at 30 health flat, so unless you have the various suit by then, you either get blown up in 2 touches, or you want to find 2 pipes and farm endlessly for 5 health at a time. Some of the secret passages really obscure as well. While there are obvious ones like waivers flying underneath an empty space under you, there are some really obscure ones that you would never discover unless you either looked at a guide beforehand or you have pixel hunted every block in the room. The pixel hunt will also need to be very precise and on point as well, because if you're not right on the block, it won't pop the block. But this isn't the same when bombing enemies, where the blast radius probably at least cover 2 to 3 blocks. Why? Why must the pixel hunt be this painful? Is this game enjoyable? Sure, it's enjoyable as it has some catchy music that will become series staples later on. Samus while feeling with floaty actually feels pretty good to control. And Brinstar map is pretty fun to explore, so yes, the game is enjoyable. But up to the point where you reach either Norfair or Kraid's Lair, which is where the difficulty dialed up from 1 to 10 out of nowhere, and you would need the Varia suit in order to progress smoothly. Or I just suck. In order to get the Varia suit from Brinstar, you will need the high jump boots, which is obtained in deeper parts of Norfair, which is the room that is killing you because you don't have the Varia suit. But thank God there is another way to get the Varia suit without the high jump boots, and you will need to use an advanced technique, being the bomb jump. But unlike the newer Metroid games, this bomb jump works differently. Instead of repeatedly bouncing off the bombs, Samus will gain a bit of height and you can lay another bomb in the air. You need to stand up then and let the bomb blast carry you to the air, and then you can follow it up with another jump while airborne to gain more height. I don't hate it until the part where sometimes it's a bit wonky, where 9 times out of 10 I can't even use a bomb at all mid-air. This makes using bomb jump super unreliable because I'd be spamming the bomb button, nothing comes out. And no, I did not lay all 3 bombs on the ground before then. But yes, it could also just be a skill gap issue for me. Once you get the Varia suit, the game becomes slightly more enjoyable again because you're not getting killed by anything that you so much as to dare to look into their general direction. Shine Spark is another upgrade that you are glad to get. Once you have those 2, for some reason the game feels better to play. I would say you have the Triforce of Happiness if you get the Wave Beam as well, because you can actually attack those pesky zoomers with ease now. But all good things must come to an end, because while you can get the Wave Beam or the Ice Beam, you cannot have both. So you gotta go with either convenience, being the Wave Beam, or the essential, being the Ice Beam. The amount of hidden blocks leading to very important upgrades are too many that I just can't see how anyone can play through this game without a guide or walkthrough. If you're playing this blind, may God have mercy on your pitiful soul. Overall, would I recommend anyone to play this game? Hell no! Metroid Zero Mission exists, which have drastically improved on its archaic game design to make for some actual fun experience. Metroid 1986 may be revolutionary for its time, and was probably worth playing for 10 hours plus back then, due to games being an expensive hobby. But now games are very accessible to everyone, and there are too many games out there that spending that long being stuck is actually a bad thing. The game is a relic of the past, and it's such a torture to play this game without a guide or some sort. The pain was so bad that even I wouldn't want to wish this pain onto my worst enemy. I was crying tears of joy when I finally defeated Mother Brain and escaped Zebes with their generous high countdown timer to see my ending screen.